Chicago postal worker murder, teen sentenced after mail carrier shot on her road. Tonight's crime story comes from Chicago, where a teenage boy has been sentenced after pleading guilty to the murder of Octavia Redmond, a 48-year-old U.S. Postal Service worker who was shot and killed while delivering mail. Redmond was on her route in the West Pullman neighborhood on July 19, 2024, when prosecutors say the teen got out of a stolen vehicle and shot her multiple times at close range. He pleaded guilty to first-degree murder on June 3, 2026, and has now been sentenced to 5 years in juvenile detention. Octavia Redmond was not off duty. She was not in a dispute. She was not doing anything unusual. She was delivering mail. That is what makes this case so disturbing. A normal workday became a fatal shooting, a neighborhood route became a homicide scene, and a postal worker known in the community as caring and reliable was killed in broad daylight. Investigators had to move quickly. They needed to know where the suspect came from, how he left, what vehicle was used, and whether cameras captured the route before and after the shooting. The break came from two classic investigative tools: video and a tip. Authorities used private security footage and an anonymous tip to identify and track the suspect's movements. Investigators also linked the firearm used in Redmond's killing to a separate battery case. The teen was arrested in Iowa on September 30, 2024, then extradited back to Chicago. That evidence chain matters: a stolen vehicle, a camera angle, a neighborhood tip, a gun link, an out-of-state arrest, a guilty plea. Each piece helped move the case from a shocking street killing to a courtroom outcome. Why are private cameras so important in neighborhood shootings?
Because police may not have city cameras on every block. Doorbell cameras, business cameras, and private security systems can capture the suspect's approach, escape, and vehicle.
First, Octavia Redmond was shot while delivering mail. Second, investigators reviewed private security footage. Third, an anonymous tip helped identify the suspect. Fourth, police traced his movements after the shooting. Fifth, the firearm was linked to another case. Sixth, the teen was arrested in Iowa and returned to Chicago. Seventh, he pleaded guilty and was sentenced to juvenile detention. 1. Whether federal postal authorities release additional safety recommendations. 2. Whether Redmond's family responds to the sentence. 3. Whether the sentence sparks debate because the killer was a juvenile. 4. Whether the stolen vehicle investigation leads to additional charges or suspects. 5. Whether the firearm link opens another case thread. Octavia Redmond was doing her job when she was shot and killed on her mail route. A teenage suspect has now pleaded guilty and been sentenced. The case was built through security footage, an anonymous tip, firearm evidence, and the long pursuit of accountability for a postal worker killed in the middle of a normal workday.